Everyone knows the famous painting of the Last Supper. But almost everything it shows you is historically wrong. What did they actually eat on that fateful night? Let's find out. This painting, Da Vinci's masterpiece, is iconic. But Da Vinci painted this 1,500 years after it happened. He had no idea what the room actually looked like. So I went back. Real clothes, real food, real posture. Let me show you the real Last Supper. This wasn't a grand hall. It was a simple upper room, rented above someone's house. No chandeliers, no long table. 13 grown men gathered in this small space. Just raw, intimate conversation before everything changed. Luke 22:8 says Jesus sent Peter and John ahead. That's how much intention went into this night. Right behind this door is the meal that changed the world. Are you ready? Because nothing about it looks like that painting.
Let's go in.
There it is. No chairs, no tall table, just floor mats arranged in a U shape. This is called a triclinium, the real dining style of the era. In Da Vinci's painting, everyone sits on chairs. In reality, you reclined, propped on your left elbow. Okay, reclining sounds elegant in theory. In practice, my left arm is already dying. Respect to the disciples, honestly. And that long rectangular table in the painting didn't exist. This low central table was maybe knee height. Everything was shared, low, and close. First up, unleavened bread, matzah. No yeast, made in a rush the night Israel fled Egypt. This bread is the story of Passover. Jesus took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it to his disciples. This exact piece of bread, right here. Bitter herbs, usually horseradish root or romaine. They represent the bitterness of slavery in Egypt. And surprisingly, great for digestion. Okay, that is bitter. Slavery in Egypt, point made. Strongly made.
The lamb, the centerpiece of Passover, symbolizing the lamb's blood that protected Israelite homes from the plague. Roasted whole, never boiled.
And this, charoset, a paste of dates, figs, and crushed nuts. It looks like mortar, symbolizing the bricks the Israelites were forced to make as slaves.
Bitter herbs, usually horseradish root or romaine. They represent the bitterness of slavery in Egypt. And surprisingly, great for digestion. Bitter herbs aid digestion. Figs are anti-inflammatory. Lamb is packed with protein and B12. Modern biohackers are basically rediscovering this plate.
Jesus said, "I have eagerly desired to eat this Passover with you." This wasn't just dinner. It was the meal he'd been waiting for.
And the cup. Heavily diluted red wine. Jesus called this cup the New Covenant. Right here, on this low table, theology and dinner were the same thing. After the meal, it's tradition to step outside. Let me show you what this night actually felt like. Under this exact sky.
This meal happened hours before the arrest. Hours before the crucifixion. Every bite I just had happened in the shadow of that.
John 13:1 says Jesus knew his hour had come. He wasn't surprised by what happened next. He planned this meal knowing exactly what was coming. No chairs, no long table, no quiet, peaceful dinner like the painting suggests. Just 13 men reclining on the floor, eating bitter herbs and bread. Fully human, fully present. Why does this matter? Because the real version is more raw, more human, and honestly, more powerful than any painting could ever capture. 1 Corinthians 11:24, do this in remembrance of me. Not a painting, not a performance. A real meal meant to be remembered by real people. Bread, bitter herbs, lamb, wine. 5 simple foods that carried the weight of an entire story and changed history forever. If this changed how you see that painting forever, share it. And comment below, which food surprised you most? I'll be back next week to explore Noah's Ark. What did they actually eat for 40 days at sea? Until then, stay curious.